was like, can this game just like kind of speed up and like start? I think I would say the first 5 points definitely was kind of like, whoa, where am I? What am I doing? Like, this is like, and then of course my teammates had to tell me like, this, we're just playing volleyball. Like, it's just a big game in a big arena with a lot of people. And so I think it was a good and a bad thing, but I think it started settling in after like the first 10 points.
Did anything prepare you for that, or what can prepare you for an experience like that?
I definitely had to get right with myself and with my teammates. I feel like learning to embrace the nerves is a good thing. I feel like you can shy away from it. You can try to avoid it all you want, but like I'm human. I'm young. I don't get to experience a lot of these things like so young, and so just being able to like, listen to worship, kind of calm myself down. I mean, be with my teammates. I mean, me and Lainey had a lot of talks before the game of just like, we're just playing volleyball. It's just a volleyball game. We do this every day at practice. Been doing this since I was 9. Like, I know what I'm doing, and just like it's just in a bigger stage.
You're smiling and kind of laughing. Just what goes through your mind when you hear her talk about that?
I mean, she is a freshman, but she's not alone in any of these nerves. Like in both games, I came in nervous too, and I'm a junior, and I've, been playing and doing this this is my 3rd year now, but she's like not alone in that. And so I think like we have a decent group going where like we kind of just, like she said, listen to worship music and just like calm us down. And I used to like listen to all like, fast like rap music before games, and I realized that I'm already up here before games and I already have too much adrenaline, too many nerves, too many thoughts going through my head. So like just like learning to slow down before the games and take it easy was helpful.
For sure.
That helps bring you down.
I've been listening to Slow Me Down.
Oh, that's a good one.
By Charles Williams, but and it's kind of just like, again, reminding us, okay, slow down, take in the moment. Like, I don't know, it can be a lot, and that all the outside noise also plays a part into it, and obviously you just want to win at the end of the day, so whatever you can do to calm your nerves.
That's a good song. I would say What a God by Elevate. I feel like giving back and looking that like it's a privilege to be where we are right now. It's a privilege to be able to play in front of 21,000 people and all the viewers. Like, yes, this is like, you can feel the pressure, if that's what you want to call it, but like it is such a privilege to be in the position that we're in, and giving back to like God, like I give this to you, and I will just glorify you in this situation. I feel like it's super helpful.
Did you have a moment where you were able to kind of pause and take in the environment and your surroundings during those matches?
I feel like especially in Pitt, I was taking in a lot of the game, and just because we've never played in there before, and sometimes passing or playing in general with the depth perception can be hard in big gyms, but I think that we prepared really well. So going into that game and knowing that I was just going to trust what I had been practicing in practice all spring and the summer and preseason, I just trusted that so that I could take in more of what was actually happening. And my family came down. They don't get to see very many games, so it was really fun to see them and just take in all of that. And me and my mom actually ended up crying after the Pitt game, just because it was like, Mom, like I did it, I made it, I made it past all of the hurdles that I've had to so far. So
What's it like playing in your new role?
what's it like? It's amazing, and I've had a lot of support from my teammates, which has been really, really helpful, and I don't think I would have made it here without them. But, I think last 2 years, I kind of asked for flowers a lot. Okay, bear with me. I asked for flowers a lot, and but I got rain. And I think when you really take a step back to realize what this means, it's like flowers need rain to grow. And I think that through all the storms and the rain that I've been through my first years, and it hasn't all been bad, but I think that now I'm finally starting to grow and come into this new position with a lot of gratitude for just everything that I've been through and all my teammates that have supported me along the way.
What ways have you grown?
I think probably mentally the most. Some people will say oh, you've improved so much, and I think that it wasn't really my skill that I improved in necessarily. It was more my mentality and just how I was going to go about things and what I was going to let affect me, what I was going to let into my body and my heart, and how I was going to play, rather than me working on the technical side, which obviously I did too, but I think the mental side was a huge difference for me.
How how do you handle mentally having to replace a program legend like Lexi?
Yeah, I think it can be hard when I think about it in a way of, oh, I'm, taking over Lexi's job and she did such an amazing job here. I think it would be hard if I was to think like that. I think how I'm kind of going into it is I learned from Lexi and I'm, gonna continue to use her as a resource of mine, but also like I am my own player and like I can do this and, while I am stepping into the role that she left behind, like I am coming into it on my own as well.
Given, not just Lexi, but the Kenzies, Justine, even Danny played. What does it mean to be the libero at the University of Nebraska?
Yeah, I think it's a huge deal. I mean, Nebraska has a legacy of liberos and big-time liberos too. I mean, Justine and Lexi going to, play in the Olympics and then try to make the Olympic team is obviously it's insane to think that I'm, in this position now. But like I said, I'm just going to continue to have gratitude for this position and be thankful that I'm here and then continue to work and hopefully carry on those legacies.
Technically, is there anything different? Because you're playing left back now. I mean, last couple of years you've played technically, is there anything adjustments you're having to make to that position?
I mean, there's always going to be adjustments. I've played left back my whole life. So it's kind of just getting back into the feel of that. But coming in freshman year and sophomore year, I had never played right back a day in my life. So I had to adjust to that as well. And I ended up really loving right back for some reason, I don't know, but I thought it was really, really fun. But I think going back to left back, all of what I used to do is kind of coming back to me now.
How do you think Olivia's settling in at right back?
I think she's doing amazing. It's actually really hard to go to right back if you've never played it. It takes a lot to adjust to it, but I think Liv did a really freaking good job this past weekend in right back. She dug a lot of balls. Obviously, her serve receive is solid, so I was really proud of her this weekend.
Jackson's playing a little bit of that too. Like, what do you think of her passing and her being back there?
Yeah, I mean, we work on it like every day in practice about being well-rounded players. Like, our middles can play defense, our middles can set, our middles, like every position can do everything. And so Andy going back there, I think our team trusts her as a middle to go back there and play defense. And obviously she's hitting some D balls as well, and she's doing really good at that. So, I mean, yes, it was amazing, but we weren't surprised.
What's it like? I mean, you're also making adjustments. You're just playing back row and kind of, I imagine you're not used to coming in and out of games that often. What is that like for you and how are you adjusting to it?
I mean, as much as it is like an adjustment, because that's not like my full position, like I've been taught my entire life to be good at everything, as Lainey has been said. Like, we really push in this gym to be good at everything in case something happens, in case your role changes. And I feel like really learning to just embrace my role. I love to help this team however they need to be helped, whether that's playing that, whether it's doing whatever they need me to do. And so I've just learned to embrace it, and like I kind of see it as like an opportunity to just like, however it is, I'm going to prove myself and be the best I possibly can in that position. I mean, I know as a freshman I'm going to get targeted and serve receive, and instead of shying away from that, I embrace it. And it's really helpful having like Lainey and Olivia and Harper back there with me to just, I always feel support from them all times. And I never feel like I'm the odd one out because I'm a freshman. I always feel like I'm a part of the group.
With Harper, she was targeted pretty heavy and serve receive when she was a freshman. So how has she specifically helped you with that?
I mean, with Harper, I just feel like she's one of the best teammates because she's just someone that looks to you when like you just need someone to smile a little bit. Her and Andy, I feel like me and Lainey are pretty hype all of the time. And so like I never have to worry about, needing like some energy or just needing a shove or a chest bump. But like with Harper and Andy, it's very like, it's almost calm sometimes when things can get hectic. Obviously in service receive, when you have Olivia Babcock looking at you at the end line, it's like, it can get a little intimidating. But like having someone with the experience and I don't know, just the emotional control to get you through those times is really helpful.
Time for a couple more.
I mean, when you guys have so many people on this roster that can potentially start and would start on other teams, how difficult is it for everyone to just embrace whatever role they're giving you, even if it's maybe not as big as they like in some cases?
I think something that's like really special about this team is that we are all so close that like, I think, yes, we are pushed each other every day. Every practice is a battle. Like, do not get that mixed up. We push each other every single day, but like we are also so happy for each other and are willing to support each other in whatever that looks like. If that role is different than what you expected, like I think everyone is all hands in with just wanting to support each other and just being the best teammates they can and giving insight. I mean, you see a lot from the bench, you see a lot from each position, from left back, right back, middle back, and so giving the input I think is super important. That's what the team does.
For you guys, just how excited are you to be going to Nashville? And then you're also playing in another pretty big venue on Sunday.
I mean, I think we're really excited. I've never actually been to Nashville, so I'm really excited. Have you
I've
been?
never been to
Yeah.
Nashville.
So, I mean, I think any opportunity that we get to go and play in front of these big crowds or at away gyms in general is just experience that we're going to take for the rest of the season as we continue to go to away trips and hopefully make Final Four and national championship when we're also in a big gym. So I think our team's really excited. We made cowgirl hats, so
Yeah.
maybe we'll bring those. No, we are. I think we are, yeah.
T, how much has Kenna, it's nice to have Kenna along this journey with you, somebody you've known for years as you're going to experience
Yeah.
all of this college volleyball for the first time.
Yeah, I think it's really cool, especially like with Kenna's journey of just like obviously she wasn't supposed to come here in the beginning and seeing her come and adapt. Like I've been here for almost 7 months, which is crazy to say that like I'm there to kind of help her and guide her through things, kind of show the ropes. I mean, we do waters together every practice. We get to bond a little bit because as much as yes, we are best friends, like I want her to go and make her own life and experience college differently than I do. And so it's really nice to have those little glimpses of like revisiting our conversations or like putting ice in water bottles before practice. Like those little things make it really special because like I've known her since I was 12. And so getting to see her grow, and especially in the gym, like she's been killing it, and seeing her grow as not just a person but also a player is just super cool to see.
Lady, with all the good players on this team, how do you feel like you can help this team be successful in your role?
We do have so many good pieces on this team, and I think that with my role, I'm kind of known as, like T said, like just to be energetic and bring that like fiery side. And I think that there's a lot of people on this team that have fiery personalities, but also like when I come into the huddle, I think sometimes there's things that like I see that like I can tell my hitters or, you know, anything like that. And and I just think that in my role, knowing that I've kind of been a DS for 2 years and now I'm stepping into this bigger role, and we have leaders like Harper and Bergen and Andy, and everyone is a leader in their own way. I think just learning we all gel together, and I think this weekend was a big testament that we all gelled together really, really well, especially being really early.
How did you learn that you were going to be the libero?
So for the alumni match, she just kind of wrote it on the board, but and then in the next practice, I think we had before Pitt, we were like practicing rotations and stuff, and Danny was kind of just like, okay, we're gonna start how we started for the alumni match. So it wasn't anything magical or big or anything like that. She was just kind of like, okay, go to rotation 1, and we were like, okay.
What were you thinking?
I mean, I was really excited, obviously, but I knew that I kind of just had to do my job, and that it is just a position at the end of the day, and what I give to my team is more important, and how can I bring assets to the team that we need, whether it's energy or defense or anything, service eve, I don't know. But I was kind of just like, all right, I'm libero, but next we got to move on and, you know, see what we can do for the team.
You still have to take that lap to calm down so you don't hurt anybody in celebrations.
You know, I did it a few times, but sometimes I run and then me and Jalen give a little high five, and then I'm like, okay, wait, go back to the huddle, like, you know. But if I slap Jalen's hand too hard, I don't really care. But I don't want to slap my teammates too hard, so.
Yeah, I feel like we
Alright,
both
thanks,
do
guys.
that.
Thank
Huh?
you.
I think we both
All right, questions for Coach?
When you're choosing a libero, like what percentage is passing, what percentage is defense, what percentage is serving?
I don't think you've really put percentages on it. I just think everything comes into play. It's not really one thing way outweighs the other with Olivia and Lainey in particular, because they're both just so talented. It's more maybe a little comfort level from the team. And so it's, again, razor thin. I thought Olivia played amazing this weekend. I thought Lainey had a great weekend too. So it's tough, but they're both, like I've been saying, we're going to need them both to play huge, huge roles this year. And just because Lainey was libero this weekend, she's going to have to work really hard to keep that jersey.
What did you do to earn it this weekend?
This weekend?
Yeah,
I thought, the first 10 points against Pitt, I thought she set the tone, and she dug Babcock down the line. We knew we were going to give her a lot of line to hit, and Lainey stepped up and made some huge plays, and that just gave our team so much confidence going forward in that match. So that was huge. And no, I think she just played solid and did what we needed her to do.
What does having that constant competition, constant battle between her and Olivia do for I guess both of them, though, not just the athlete?
I think it's going to make them both much better. And, again, each position group should consider themselves as one, like a unit, making each other better every single day. And, there's a lot of noise right now. Nebraska's so good. Nebraska does this, blah, blah, blah. But the practices are insanely competitive. So they know that even if they play great in a match, that somebody's going to be on their tail in practice the next day.
What do you think of Andy just as an athlete and what it's like to have that to work with?
She's special for sure. I've told people we have so many great players in our gym, and Andy sticks out, athletically in a positive way. She's kind of a generational type athlete, and just to see her take a more ownership in the complete game, is like her blocking's improved. She served great this weekend. She dug a couple balls, and understanding that to go where she really wants to go, she has to be great at everything, not just killing balls and killing slides. So it's been really fun to see her development that way.
Coach, another big match coming up Sunday in a national televised game. One, how special is it to be a part of all these national televised games? And two, how important is it for later on in the season to play on such big stages?
Yeah, we always want to be leading the charge when it comes to moving the sport along and making sure volleyball, puts up big numbers, and it's something that these networks, are fighting over to get to air these matches. So again, our team embraces that, and more importantly, not the team, the university does, in the athletic department. And what was the second part of your question?
How does it prepare you for later on?
Oh yeah, it's huge. I thought playing at PBA was massive for preparation, because if we're not here for the regional, now we have the crowd behind us, but we've been there where there's a light show and there's, a huge crowd and big moments where every play, you're feeling pressure. So this weekend was really, really important, I'd say, for later on. And then this coming weekend will be more of a neutral crowd. So could be a little more like a Final Four crowd. So we'll have our fans that travel for sure, but the majority of the fans are likely just going to be the casual volleyball fan.
Hats along with you this weekend?
Yeah, probably.
What's that going to be like? Nashville.
Nashville's such a fun city. A lot of distractions. I know that. So well, I'm glad we have that game on Friday against Lipscomb to keep us focused, because the weekends in Nashville can be a blast. But there's a lot of people on our team that haven't been there, so it's going to be really cool to take in the city a little bit. And we're trying to find some good restaurants to make sure that we take advantage of being there and get out and see the city and enjoy it.
With Lipscomb, what are the challenges with starting the season as high as you did with 2 wins over top 5 teams and a sold out PBA, and now you're going on a road to a mid-major?
I mean, the challenge is staying focused and making sure, our team isn't listening to, whether it's good and bad noise, that we're focused on ourselves and our improvement, and Lipscomb's another match to improve and hopefully see what other players can do. It's first road game. I'm sure that'll be sold out, and And, Lipscomb's a really good mid-major. This isn't a team that hasn't competed in NCAA tournaments or beaten Power 5 teams before. So they've shown that they can compete with a lot of Power 5 schools.
Consider playing matches in PBA in the future?
For sure.
I mean, you came from Louisville. You kind of had that two gym. We had the Yum Center. We also had the smaller gym. I mean, is there challenges that come with that, or what do you like as a coach having that one place where you play all your matches? Or that's a little bit difficult in a very small arena, but
I love it because it's again you get in a different type of environment. It prepares you for what you could face at the end of the year. It allows more people to get into games. Typically the bigger arenas, there's more technology and different things you can do that just enhance the experience. And I don't know, it's kind of rejuvenating for players too. It's like, okay, we have our routine in Devaney. Everybody knows what they do. Well, we're going down to PBA and it changes things and adds some very positive distractions in my opinion. So I hope we get to play there again. I don't know what that looks like yet from a university standpoint, but it seems like a no-brainer to move a game or two down there a year.
Coach, obviously, the focus is going to be Lipscomb first, but when you keep playing Kentucky, Coach Skinner, and a familiar-ish foe.
Yeah, Skinner was the assistant here when I was a player, so we had a player-coach relationship, and then going to Louisville, and, I don't know if there's too many rivals in the whole country that can top the Louisville-Kentucky rival. So then we were rivals, but it was always funny because the fans wanted us to, hate each other. Well, the volleyball staffs were very friendly. So we know a lot about each other's coaching styles, but I'm excited to play Kentucky. It's a new challenge. This weekend was a challenge, and Kentucky has some things that, they will be good enough to be a team in December that makes it all the way, in my opinion, based on their roster. So that'll be a heck of a challenge for us. And then you throw in the ABC and the 11 a.m. start. There's a lot going on there.
It's a challenge of facing Brooklyn DeLay, especially now that she has another prolific pin hitter with her.
Yeah. Oh, what are the challenges?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. You can't just stop her, or you're going to give up a lot to Hudson. So, arguably the best outside hitter duo in the country. Both play 6 rotations, and they both are great out of the back row, and that's what makes it even more challenging. Is you're not just worried about them each when they're in the front row. You really have to worry about them both the entire 6 rotations because they're almost as good out of the back row as the front row.
A couple more. What stood out to you this weekend with how everyone sort of embraced their role and was willing to do whatever the coaches had asked them to do, no matter how big or how much they played?
Mm-hmm. I really just thought we played with a lot of joy, and Terea at the end in the locker room after the game, she was one that said, "This was just a blast. The court, everybody on the court was lit. The lingo. That's not my lingo. I'm repeating her. The court was lit. The bench was lit. The crowd was lit. So she was just saying that the whole experience was just so much fun, and it's great when, especially somebody that's in the game and then comes out for 3 rotations, to have the same perspective and the same vibes, whether you're on the court or off the court. That's pretty special, and that's what I noticed. It just felt like everybody was so engaged the entire game, and you weren't really thinking about who was on the court. It was just, you were always thinking about the team and what we were doing, not what one individual was doing.
How do you feel like Bergen played through those first 2 games?
I thought she played really well. She took some risks, and some of them paid off great. Some of them weren't so great, but that's what you want to do early on in the year. And she is a fabulous defender, great server. She just makes winning plays, and I thought she showed that this weekend.
She's not too risky of a setter, is she?
I thought she was more this weekend, which was good. Throwing the ball around, and jacked a couple balls back to Andy and Allie on Sunday, so it was good to see.
What have those conversations been like for you, trying to encourage her to, go there a little bit more frequently?
I think it's hard as a setter because you want to put your hitters in the best positions possible, and the hitters are worried about, they got their jobs to get kills, so it's a two-way street. You want them to know be ready for anything, and you want them to be successful. And then when they're not, you feel a lot of weight. So just like taking that weight off of her and make sure the team knows that we're working on those things and not just the conversations between Bergen and I. So if it's not perfect, they know, okay, we're going to figure this out. And if it doesn't work, we're going to stop doing it. But right now we're going to keep working on it and keep expanding our range.
And she took some swings too. Just like, what does that do for a defense when you have a setter who's not just good at, dump kills, but like actually swinging?
Yeah, it just gives them one more thing to worry about, and it just kind of sets the tone too. Like we're here, and we can match up with who's ever across the net in all spots.
All right, thanks everybody.
It has been certainly